there guys, Tom Quayle here, back for sound effects in Ormskirk, checking out some brand new pedals today. Now, I say brand new, this is the Ross lineup of pedals in collaboration with JHS. And these are basically like a historical item that's been brought back, essentially. So Ross refers to Bob Ross, and Bob Ross was the founder of Custom Amplification, pretty well-known amplification brand, US made. And in the late 70s and early 80s, Ross was producing stomp boxes in the same kind of era and form factor as companies like MXR and Boss. So it was an alternative, essentially. And for those in the know in the pedal industry, these have somewhat of a legendary status, the original pedals, but they didn't get produced for very long in their original US-made guise. They eventually ended up being made in Taiwan. But in that short period between around 1978 to the very early 80s, these were made in, the US with fantastic quality components, really well made. And one of the key things about them was they were seriously easy to use, but very flexible and great sounding. So as you can see, they all look very similar, where you've got this kind of slightly larger form factor and then this sloping front panel. There's the Ross logo, obviously. And then this two large recessed knob design, which I think looks really good. And the quality of the kind of controls here is really good. They're very, very smooth and responsive. And as you can see, each pedal has those two dials on there. So on the modulations, we've got rate on the left-hand side. The phaser has recycle, which is effectively like feedback. Then we've got depth for the modulation on the chorus. Distortion and fuzz, have two level controls, obviously, and then we've got distortion and fuzz amount. And then the compressor has level and sustain. That's what I want out of a compressor. I just want really simple controls, and that's what you get here. Just two dials to work with, and that's it, essentially. Now, each pedal also has an indented switch on the side, which can be in or out depending on which mode you want, and each pedal has two modes. So the phaser has a phaser when it's out and Univibe when it's in, and then the chorus has standard chorus and vibrato, so chorus is the default mode. Distortion has silicon and germanium clipping styles, and then the fuzz has a modern and vintage mode. So the vintage mode has got less low end, it's less aggressive basically. And then the compressor also has a vintage mode and a bright mode, which is very useful actually if you're using darker guitars, let's say a humbucker in the neck and you want to brighten things up a little bit. Other than that, all metal construction, really high quality components. And then we've got standard in and out mono and center negative 9 volt DC input, and nice to see non-latching high quality foot switches as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work this way initially. So we'll do the modulations, then we'll go to the compressor and go forwards into the drives basically. So let's start with the chorus, because I want you to hear this Bucket Brigade analog chorus in action. I think it sounds wonderful. So my clean tone, very simple clean tone. I'm running into my Laney Lionheart L20T, which is the 20 watt 2x12 combo. That's going into a tube amp expander, which is using custom IR, and then that's going out to Studio One. And obviously I've got my TQM1 here, and I've got a little bit of delay and reverb because I like it. And then let's turn the chorus on. So we're in chorus mode, the switch is out. You can see where the controls are, that's nice with those big dials. Immediately wonderful. It's got that lovely thickness and warmth that you would expect from a Bucket Brigade proper analog chorus here. So the rate will take you all the way up into that kind of rotary kind of vibe, which is really nice. And again, still sounds very musical. Really, really cool. Now if we bring that down, let's adjust the switch here. So we'll go into vibrato mode. Classic Bucket Brigade vibrato territory. The wobble from the LFO is really clean and really, really kind of rewarding to listen to. Very cool indeed. Let's bring the depth down and the rate up. So it can do kind of subtle, and then let's do the opposite. Depth high, rate low. So already you can hear super high quality in terms of components and tonal qualities here. Let's check out the phaser. High rate. Wonderful. Okay, bring the recycle or the feedback up a little bit more. Put the recycle on full. So that's the phaser. Let's go into Univibe mode here. Bring the rate up, recycle down. And again, there you can hear the quality of the LFOs or low frequency oscillators going on here. It just sounds wonderful. Just really quickly, just let me stick the fuzz in front of that. Now, obviously, what you would normally do is run that the other way around, but you can hear there the quality of the actual signal that's going on. It's just such a great sounding phaser in Univibe. Let's go back into phaser mode. So again, you could mess around with the signal path. Again, I would normally run the phaser into the front of the fuzz, but I wanted to do them this way around so you could hear the quality of the phaser on its own. So let's now move on to the compressor. Okay, so again, here's my clean tone. Turn the compressor on. It's currently in its vintage mode. Back a little bit and increase the sustain. And again, this is what I love about good compressors like this, where there's no threshold, no ratio. We're guitar players, we don't want to be bothering with that. We're not mixing something in the studio. We just want to be able to set sustain knob, how much compression do we want, and have it sound good, basically. So that's what this achieved. Sounds great, feels really, really easy to play when it's on, and it's not getting in the way at all. So that is the vintage mode. If I turn the bright mode on, it does actually brighten it up quite a lot. Back to the vintage mode. So, moving on to the fuzz, let's initially take the compressor out of the equation, but I am going to put it the level higher because I'm going to push the front end of the distortion and the fuzz in a minute. So, there's quite a lot of fuzz on offer here, and again, same with the distortion. So I've got the control cranked at the moment, and we are in the vintage mode. So back down to the bridge pickup. Again, here's my clean tone. Bring the fuzz in. So that is the vintage mode. If I turn the modern mode on, it's a bit louder, so let's bring the volume down. You'll hear how much more low end. Very cool indeed. So if I bring the fuzz down, let's bring the compressor in now. Okay, now onto the distortion, same thing, distortion all the way up, and then I'll bring it back down again and we'll switch between the two modes. So at the moment we're on the silicon mode. Switch to germanium, way louder. Bring that down to about halfway. There you go. Really great sounding pedals. Really nice to see kind of some history coming back and being brought back for the modern era, thanks to JHS and to Cameron as well. from Ross as well. So fantastic, check them out at Sound Effects. You can find the link in the video below. If you click there, that'll take you to Sound Effects website, where of course you can check these out in further detail and purchase them. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure you click the like and subscribe buttons below for Sound Effects YouTube channel, and of course hit the bell notification icon to be notified every time we upload a video to the Sound Effects channel. All right guys, my name's Tom Quayle, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.